G'day guys, today we're going to be creating a fresh GB300 SD card completely from scratch. This could be handy if you purchased your GB300 without an SD card, or if your included SD card has failed and your GB300 no longer boots. For this video, we'll just be reusing the 8GB micro SD card it came with. Let's get into it. We're over on our Windows 11 laptop now, and to get started we do need to download a few things. Starting off with the GB300 version 2 minimal SD card backup. We've just opened up Google Chrome and gone to the GitHub page where this is hosted. As usual, I will link this down in the description below. Under Assets, we want to download the 7-zip file. Just click on it, it's only 20 meg. We'll also need to download GB300 tool. So we've just gone to the GB300 tool GitHub releases page, which again, I will link down in the description below. We want to scroll down a little bit, and under Assets, we want to download GB300 tool. It's just under 2 meg, not very big. Once everything's finished downloading, we can close off Chrome and open up our Downloads folder. Next, we just want to insert the SD card we'll be using for our GB300. And you can see mine does have some stuff on it, but we are going to format it, which means you will lose everything on there. So to format it, just right click on it, go down to Format, make sure FAT32 is selected, and click Start. Click OK. And once it's finished, we can close off the Format utility. Next, we want to go to our Downloads folder. We want to extract our GB300 version 2 minimal backup. Just right click on it. If you're on Windows 11, you may need to go down to Show More Options. And I personally like to use 7-zip, but you can just click Extract All to use Windows built-in archiver. We want to do the same for GB300 tool. Just right click on it, Show More Options, and Extract. We want to open up our GB300 version 2 no ROMs backup. Inside should be 2 folders and a text file. We just want to copy everything, Control A and Control C, go over to our freshly formatted SD card, and paste it in here, Control V. Once it's finished copying, go back to our Downloads folder. And now we just want to take note what drive letter our SD card was assigned. For me, it's D drive. Once you've worked out your SD card's drive letter, we want to open up the GB300 tool folder and simply double click on GB300 tool. Once it opens, you want to type in the drive letter your SD card has been assigned. So for me, it's D. You can just simply press D and click Start. From here, click on ROMs. It should be completely empty. Next, go to FC. Now, occasionally on Windows 11, GB300 tool is a little bit cut off. So to fix that, just go to Expand, and you should now get the buttons at the bottom. From here, click Uncheck All and click Yes. Go over to SFC. Again, it's been cut off, so we have to unmaximize, click Uncheck All, and yes. We want to do the same thing for all other systems. So that should be the last of it. If you're wondering, this does just remove the old ROM stubs from these system menus. If you didn't do this step, when you power on your GB300 with the fresh SD card inserted, you'll have thousands of games in the main system menus that don't actually load, since the ROMs weren't included. Now, if we click on any of the systems, for example, Game Boy, it should be completely blank. Once again, we do have to maximize just to get the UI back. And all we have to do now is add our fresh games to it. You can do that by clicking Add at the very bottom, navigate to your games. So in this test, we're just using some Game Boy games. Got a folder full of them here. If you want to add the entire folder, just press Control A and click Open. It shouldn't take too long to add them all, even if you have thousands. Now, if we click on any one of them, you can see the games are there, but there's no thumbnails. You can download thumbnails one by one from Google Images, but thankfully there is an easier way. We'll just open up Chrome once more. And we've just gone to the Libretro Thumbnails GitHub page. Once again, I will link this down in the description below. This page does contain pretty much every thumbnail you would ever need for almost every system. Just be aware that the thumbnail packs can get quite large. So we just want to scroll down and find Game Boy. There it is there, Nintendo Game Boy. If it's not in this shortlist, click View All Repositories. So click on Game Boy. And unfortunately, without a GitHub account, you do have to download the entire pack for each system. You can't just download a single folder like box arts or logos. So to download it, click on the green code button at the top, and at the very bottom, click Download Zip. Once it's finished downloading, we can close off Chrome once more and go back to our Downloads folder. So inside, we have our Nintendo Game Boy Master Zip. Just right click on it, go down to Show More Options if you're on Windows 11, and Extract. When extracting, you may get a few errors about symbolic links. That's fine, just click Close. Now we can open up our Game Boy Thumbnails folder, select one of these subfolders, so for example, box arts, and we can just pick one of the images at random, for example, Amazing Tater. There's the box art there. So to add these images to your games, go back to GB300 tool, select one of the games you want to add an image for example, Metroid 2. On the right hand side at the very bottom, it should say Import Thumb. Click on that. Navigate to where you extracted your images. Again, we'll go with box arts, and we just want to find our Metroid 2 image. There it is there, Metroid 2, Return of Samus World. And there it is, it's now there. Now, if you have thousands of games, manually adding images one by one can get quite tedious. Thankfully, you can bulk import images if the ROM name matches the image name. The Libretro thumbnail packs do use the no intro naming scheme, so as long as your games use the same naming scheme, it should work fine. For example, Mega Man 2 is called Mega Man 2 brackets Europe. If it's just called Mega Man 2 or Mega Man 2 brackets E, then it won't match the image pack. So to bulk import, we want to go back to our image folder. We want to copy all images for our games. If you have complete sets, you'd obviously want to copy the entire folder. But we only have a handful of Mega Man games, so I'll just copy the Mega Man images. So I'll go down to Mega Man, and I'll just copy a bunch. We don't have to be too precise with what we copy, since we will delete any unused images later. With them copied, go to our SD card, go to the system folder we want to import images to. So for this example, it's Game Boy, and paste all of the images in here. With that done, go back to GB300 tool once more, right-click anywhere on the left-hand side where the ROMs are, and click Import All Images. It'll ask if you want to delete any successfully imported images. Make sure you say yes. Give it a second to update. This can take quite a while if you have thousands of games, so just be patient. And now all of our games have a little image logo next to them. It should be finished. We can just click on any of the Mega Man games, and yep, sure enough, they all have their box art. Lastly, we want to go back to our Game Boy folder on the SD card, right-click, sort by, type, and we want to delete all unused images. So just pick the first image, hold down Shift, click the last image, and press delete. That's pretty much it. We can safely eject our SD card and put it back into our GB300. So we put our SD card back in and powered it back on. If we take a look at Arcade, we didn't copy any games, so it should be empty. It is. Also on the top right of the menu, it does say 0 games exist. We'll keep going down to Game Boy, and 6 games exist. Press start. There's all our games with our box art. We'll try load one just to make sure everything works. And yep, sure enough, works perfectly. Now these shortcuts on the home screen aren't going to work. It is possible to change them, but it is a lot more involved, so we won't cover it today. Instead, we'll save that for a future video. It's also worth mentioning this is a stock version 2 install, and I would still recommend installing the latest version of Multicore on top of this. I have made videos on that in the past, but basically download the Multicore zip, extract it, and copy all the files over to this SD card, overwriting anything when possible. I think that'll do it for today. If you have any questions or comments, let me know down below. Otherwise, thanks for watching.